All right, so now after Rick Perry skyrocketed in the polls, Michelle Bachmann previously had been the darling, and then she skyrocketed in the polls. Then Rick Perry came in, he knocked her down, and he dominated everyone. Now he's down and Cain's up. Well, looks like that's not going to last long either. Um, there's two problems that have happened since he's got on top. Number one, they started poking holes in his 999 plan. Um, And, I thought some of it was kind of like, it's a little tricky because it's kind of like you can kind of claim that about any plan. They were claiming that, well, the plan could always be, it could become, instead of 999, it can become 15, 25, 10, 9, 8. I mean, it could become anything. Who knows? You know, so, but by and large, they did finally start to destroy it. Now, my problem is this: they would have been better off coming up with their own plan. But it's still early and no one's coming up with plans really yet. However, this here's a video on hotair.com. It's actually an interview on MSNBC, and Cain should have known better, but anyways. Basically, Cain is asked about a 2005 interview, and essentially Cain goes through to admit, that he's been wrong repeatedly on the economy, on the housing bubble, and that he didn't see it coming. And his excuse was that, well, he followed all the information that's out there. Um, this to me, especially if the economy gets worse, which some people are predicting it will, this is where Ron Paul's foresight, his economic warnings of the past, become more important than his foreign policy views. Let me give you an example. Let's say the Dow attempts to drop 1,000 points in a day. The Nasdaq, I don't know the percentages on the S&P and Nasdaq. I don't really I don't play the market, so I just don't know. Let's say the Dow has the largest percentage drop in one day in history. And then they beat that same percentage the very next day after multiple closings, because it's probably going to close. The Dow will, what do they call it? They hit the circuit breakers, and they go for like an hour break, 30-minute break, or something like that. When that situation happens, and then at the end of a week, at the end of a month, where we see 1,000-point drops, like 5,000-point drop on the Dow, let's just say, and then the layoffs will start. And people who had good stable jobs, probably people even in healthcare, will start losing their jobs one by one. Bam, bam, bam. People start coming home saying, I got laid off. And then their other loved one looks and goes, I know, I did too. What are we going to do? Okay, now, do you think, let's say those two people are conservative Republican warmongers. At that point, do you think they will give a shit about our foreign policy and our wars in the Middle East? No, sir. They will not care. In fact, they'll be like, we've got to get them home now. We've got to stop doing that crap. We've got to fix this economy. They will put all that crap behind them, and they will start to look at, wait a minute, didn't Ron Paul predict a lot of this stuff? Who is this Ron Paul guy? He keeps talking about stuff what these other guys don't talk about. That's the only way I see Ron Paul, quote, winning, to be completely honest. I just don't see how he can get over that pro-war boner, to be crude, without some sort of fear in mainstream, or whatever you want to call them, the base of the Republican Party, which largely now, the base are just people who support war and Christianism or something through government. They support some notion of a limited government, but really they don't. They just want a limited federal government when it's convenient to how they want to distort or use the Constitution. So I won't play this video here because it's not really worth playing. I mean, you can go to hotair.com. It's going to be on top of the site, hotair.com, and click on it and play it because he just kind of, I did not know. Okay, well, yeah, we know that. So after this, he also got owned in the debate by Ron Paul, and he lied in the debate, saying he never said that we were ignorant about the Fed, and he did say that. So he's failing pretty big right now. See ya.